In the days following your encounter with Prime, Gaithersburg was buzzing with activity. Fear and speculation gripped the community after the carnage from the full moon party was discovered. Piney Meeting House was shut down for 48 hours. Local police and crime scene investigators descended on the party's aftermath. 7 bodies were pulled from the development, one of which was mutilated beyond identification. Among the victims were Ted and Edith Santangelo, as well as Phil and Brandon Brown. The Santangelo's teenage daughter, Jennifer, was found in another part of the cul-de-sac, immolated, next to the body of the Browns' teenage daughter, Lauren. There were rumors the FBI was called in, as black, unmarked cars zipped through the community. Wild theories circulated Robert Frost Middle School. The most popular was that the girls belonged to a satanic worshipping cult. There were anecdotal reports of blood and feces smeared walls, crates of alcohol, and stashes of drugs. The incident, most concluded, was probably a murder-suicide. The news made national headlines. Quote, "Wild teenage party turns deadly." The after-hours curfew tightened. It took an off-books adventure to gather the components to heal Mateo. His case was the last you identified as reports of werewolf activity faded. With monster encounters behind you, you settled into normalcy at school. A whole week passed without any weird weather or monster rumors. You fell into a comfortable routine with only the pressure of school and family to fill your lives. The shock of Jennifer and Lauren's death faded into the headlines. Around the dinner table, your parents gossiped about the national attention. The incident had caused a stir. The dregs of society had floated to the top for a brief moment. There was pressure from local council members to complete the mansions along Piney Meeting House. Your folks talked about the tight race for mayor between the incumbent Mitch Pileggi and newcomer Rex Mannington. Mannington was comfortably ahead. His campaign to rezone Gaithersburg to carve out a new community called North Potomac was popular among his yuppie constituents. A hot topic were the funds missing from the local HOA. Several million vanished overnight. Authorities were baffled. A bus hisses to a stop. You see Kenny, Mateo, Matt, Dave, Nick, and Franceline hop off with a gaggle of kids. The strict curfew coupled with daylight savings has made it difficult to hang out. So they disperse into the suburban sprawl. You follow Kenny as the fall weather whips around him, flattening his loose jeans to his legs. He holds his flannel shut, bracing against the gusts. A package greets him. A small, padded manila envelope leans against the Chang's front door. Kenny's name is printed in block writing. No address. He takes it to his room. The package is light to hold, but bulging in the middle. Before he can open it, Kenny's grandmother calls for assistance with moving furniture as she vacuums around the house. Time goes by and Kenny forgets about the mysterious package. He returns to the sanctuary of his room after dinner. Oh yeah, the weird package. He clicks on a lamp at his nightstand, flops on his bed, and rips it open. An unmarked VHS tape slides out. He turns it around in his hands. It's a brand new Maxell Standard grade VHS with 6 hours of recording on EP. He creeps over to his bedroom door. Looking down the hall to see the coast is clear, Kenny closes it lightly with a small click as the door creaks shut. He scrambles to the Sony Trinitron on his this-end-up dresser, pops the tape into his silver Panasonic 4-head hi-fi VCR, and presses play. There is a moment of black lead before a person appears on screen. Staring back at Kenny is a headshot of someone wearing a black and red motorcycle helmet with a blacked-out visor. Kenny adjusts the audio. He can hear light breathing. It sounds low and filtered. The background is a pale blue, and the lighting on the figure is direct and harsh. He can make out the reflection of a video camera in the visor's shine. I'm impressed. I have taken every precaution to remain hidden. You see, from where I come from, my flaw was vanity. I was infamous for my talent, for my rapacious vision of the future. I still crave it. Serendipity has granted a do-over. Here on Earth, I can start a new life to be a shadow on the wall, a presence felt, a will to follow. And yet, despite my intellectual superiority, you and your cohort have put a wrinkle in my plans, the fall of Prime. The rest of this monolithic society seems oblivious, but not you, a child, without rank or position or means, and yet you saw when others turned toward the mundane. Impressive. Kenny Chang, I am watching you. We have landed. The horrors. Know that I am watching. Always. I have studied your ways, humans. Come find me. I double dog dare you. The video cuts to black. You fast forward through it. It is blank. You hear a heavy thumping sound, followed by a roar. On the street there is a mighty crash, like glass shattering and metal crumpling. You run to your front door. Your family and neighbors are staring in disbelief as car alarms siren down the block. The cars on the street are a twisted mess of metal and glass. They are pushed onto the curb as if a tank had rolled through the street. Among the cacophony you hear the scream of police sirens in the distance. More and more shocked neighbors trundle out of their homes. The sky is a moonless blanket of clear twinkling stars. Kenny's breath hangs in the crisp, cool air, and a shiver runs down his spine. Gawking at the destruction, a sudden bout of nausea washes over him. Kenny runs inside, grabs a coat and the VHS tape. Without anyone noticing, he disappears into the night, slipping silently into the shadows.